Hello children, welcome back to your English grammar class. Today we are going to discuss notice writing. What is a notice? First we must discuss that. Notices are simply a formal communication which is meant for a particular person or maybe groups of persons. A notice is any information which is to be conveyed to many people at a time, and so we put it up in a public place or in a common place. As children, if you remember, notices are sent to you in your WhatsApp groups. Earlier, when we had regular school, notices were written by teachers on the blackboard and you were asked to copy them in your diary so that that information can be conveyed to your parents. Now, while we are writing a notice, we need to keep in mind a particular format. So, what is the format to be kept in mind while writing a notice? Since notices are a formal document, it should follow a structure or a format. The most important thing here to remember is a notice is always written in a box. So before you start writing a notice, you need to draw a box. Then we need to write the name of issuing organization or authority at the very top. We write or we print the name of the person or the company that is issuing the said notices. This helps the reader to identify the notices as important or unimportant to him or to her. Next thing to keep in mind is the title. When writing notices, we mention a title, notice, at the very top. This helps to draw attention to the document. Notices are posted at a public place or published in newspapers. We may also put them in a common place where people may see it. It is important that they do not get lost in a sea of information. So, a bold title clearly mentioned helps to draw the attention. After the title, we write the date on which the notices have been published. Date is very important in a notice because these documents are always on record. For example, if we give you a notice regarding your examination, it is important to mention the date, when you were informed about the upcoming examination or maybe your report card and so on. Heading. Next is an appropriate heading to the notice. This heading makes it clear what is the purpose of the notice, why this notice is being given. After that comes the body of the notice. In the body, we need to be very brief and to the point. We need not write unnecessary content in the main body of the notice. To end the notice, we write the name of the writer, whoever is writing or giving the notice, and what is the post or designation of the notice writer. The notices also have to be signed by the person who is the person who is giving this notice or the authority. Now here I have for you a format, what we discussed just now. On top you can see the name of the institution or organization. Next comes the heading notice. Then comes the date. We mention it in the format of date, month and year. Next will be the heading, why this notice is being given. After that comes the body or the content of the notice. And to end it, we have the signature of the person who is giving this notice, the name and the designation, which means the post of this person. Now children, we need to discuss what should be the content of a notice. The notice should cover the 5 W's. First of all, what is the notice about? It should be very clear that the notice is talking about what particular event, occasion or any other important activity which is to be held in future. Where, if the notice is about an event, then the location of such an event must be written clearly. When, this is the time and the date when the particular event or meeting or activity is to be conducted or held, so that the people who have to attend this event or meeting or perform the activity can schedule themselves. Then comes who. This means who the notice is addressed to, who are the people who are supposed to abide with the notice. Then comes whom, that is the final detail, the person who is interested in that activity or event or meeting, to whom that person should contact. That should also be clearly mentioned. So these 5 W's should be very clear once we have written the notice. Then, what are the things to be kept in mind while writing a notice? That is, tips to remember regarding notice writing. First of all, we need to be precise and to the point. The ideal length of the notice is 50 words. So, precise language should be written. Unnecessary details should not be mentioned. It is a formal form of communication, so the language that we use should be formal. The sentences should be short and simple. It should be easily understood by the person who is reading the notice. So we need to keep it brief and simple. We should use passive voice as far as possible. And lastly, notices should be in a proper format. As I told earlier, every notice is to be written in a box. If the notice is not written in a box, then it is not according to format. The presentation should be neat and should be clearly understandable. This is how we write notices. I hope it is clearly understood by you. Children, this is a very important part of your writing activity. Therefore, read the Word document and the PowerPoint presentation carefully. Write these question and answers in your notebook. Also, do write the sample notices that are being sent by me. Happy learning, children. Bye.